Doom.
Powered. Wow.
Well, that could describe any stage of the game.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I think we were getting coal online and probably a new thing of copper.
Oh,
Yeah.
but coal was a light year away.
Yes. So we just set up coal
Okay.
at the coal.
I
And
am online, so we're playing Satisfactory again today. Join game. Mr. Pie. Building a
It's me.
base.
They're talking about me.
OBS, are you gonna pick up that I have a game open, or are you just gonna kind of sit there and not
that's
pick
why I
that
do
up?
window capture.
Window capture.
Well, game capture is usually pretty smart about these things. Maybe if I click a couple times and stab the air. So what I was going to do today is I was going to start the long process of basically separating every product into its own factory.
Okay. Yep.
I was going to start with the thing that is going to be least disruptive, and by that I mean the cement stuff, concrete.
Okay. Yep.
And then start upgrading my way up to iron and copper. And basically my plan is to have it scale upwards and basically accept, I don't know, 120 or 240 items per second on each floor. I think was my plan.
Alright.
And then basically repeat for everything else we produce in this factory. Yeah, it's still not picking up the game. What's going on here, game capture?
Oh, it's picking up just
Maybe it's not happy because I already have the game launched. Maybe if I minimize.
You heard it here first, IMAD's viewers. Mr. Pyro stream is working great.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'm gonna try exiting and rejoining and see if that solves this whole dilemma.
You like what do you have your capture like window full screen or?
Yeah, it's supposed to capture, like it's just the built-in OBS game capture, and it usually captures anything, any games pretty well.
I have trouble with it every now and then, so I just do window capture.
I think the only one I've never gotten it to work properly with was Dwarf Fortress, but that one wasn't too surprising.
I think I figured out what the problem was.
Huh.
The game was not set to be full screen. Let's see if that changes anything.
As it turns out, this is Minecraft I was playing. Minecraft.
Alright.
Whoops.
Join session and maybe... Oh, yeah, there it goes. It finally... That did the trick.
Alright, so let's see, I'm going to need a lot of wire to start this coal project.
Wow, that
Yeah,
popped.
Oh, I am starting the coal project.
Well, we also need a second coal project so we can make steel.
Okay.
Oh, that's true.
It's a two-pronged attack. I'll start second coal project, which will probably include trucks.
Yes. That
Yeah.
sounds possible.
How much wire did you take, Kevin?
Okay.
Quite a bit, but there's still quite a bit there.
Alright, we'll see if we can make this work. I guess I don't need a ton.
Whatever,
I just need
that's
a
fine.
truck thing.
The
Okay.
big problem about having a 4K screen and a 1080p screen, Windows is terrible at changing resolutions when you have multiple monitors. It's just literally the worst.
Yeah. That sounds about right.
I think Windows just
highly
jump
accurate.
around. The Steam window sometimes becomes completely unusable.
100 meters. Alright, I'm going for it.
Okay, that's a ways.
I would suggest building a tractor, Kevin.
I'm putting a power pole out to it.
Oh, yeah.
And we're just gonna have power and just cattle working 1,200 meters away over there.
Yeah, no, that
Alright.
makes sense.
I don't even know where I can put this thing, but we'll figure it out. I'm gonna start right here. Did they get rid of my entire shortcut bar? Why?
Yeah, that's a thing that
Screw you,
happens.
buddy. That's why. Yeah.
I don't even remember how to get to the building. Q? It's Q. I figured it out.
Yeah, you can put them back. Actually, mine didn't get rid of it. Normally it does.
Is there... How do these foundations cost the same amount of resources? When one's twice the height? Should I not be questioning this?
Magic foundations.
Let's see, the bigger one is more hollow.
Oh, so it's got crumple zones.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what you want in your...
in any foundation.
Make it nice
Well,
and
I'm gonna die
solid.
Damage to fix it.
Let's just do,
Alright,
that's one.
coal.
Oh, there we go. I just had to press a button, or I had to reassign a thing, and then it showed up on my hotbar again.
Oh, I
Everything.
didn't even ping coal. I did the ping. Oh, there we go. Alright, so you went to the closer one, I'm guessing, Kevin?
Yeah, I mean, it was like 1,200 meters away, I think.
Yeah, there was like a 1280 and a 1370 and a 1600. So I'll
Yes.
go to the second one. I also need to be able to build a truck station. Man, pathing this truck is going to be interesting.
So much fun. I think that's that.
So the way the truck stops work I'm at is you basically drive and it records your path you took and then you can replay it, and that's how the truck will go back and forth.
Yeah, I've seen it happen. I've watched the videos of the YouTubes. Okay. This does
A little bit of a haul.
45? Why? Why 45?
I just get the feeling like I'm gonna get here and realize, like, I knew I was forgetting something.
That's what I'm afraid of right now.
That's why I went directly through the ground.
You
This
know
is
how wires can be.
in the desert, which I'm a little surprised about.
Alright, I also need to be able to build a mining platform.
Okay.
And I'm also gonna go check on our copper before we leave.
Yeah.
Which
Oh, there
looks
we
like
go.
a good thing, because we're just about out of copper.
Man, 45 sucks.
And don't forget about overclockers.
Yeah.
It's directly under me, isn't it? Wait, what? It wasn't directly under me.
Like inside a cave or something? This would be awful.
That's kind of what it feels like. Oh, cool. Here we go. I found it.
I refilled copper, so that should last us for a bit.
Yeah, that's good enough. Alright. So if we overclock to 133%, it's basically 60. Okay. It's either that or I just say, screw it, we'll take a Mark III belt at 270, and that gives us an actual even number of these things. Without overclocking.
Alright,
Yeah, we're
give
gonna
this
do
somewhere.
that. Okay.
Alright, good luck. I'm at the base is in your hands.
If we run out of power, I'm doing nothing about it.
I had the spirit.
That's what I'm here for. That's why you put your trust in me.
Trust. That's what we put.
Okay, so if we assume we're putting
We did make it very convenient for the power.
a Mark III belt into here, then we just need
We
to...
are also running coal power now.
Oh, so we should have run out of power is what you're saying.
That's correct.
I do see that our energy production has doubled.
That's good.
Although I guess eventually we'll just phase out the part of it that we don't want. Alright, there's kind of a mountain between me and where I want to go.
That's
This is
probably
already starting
fine.
out not good.
Probably fine. Just, does that do anything? Does that work? So if we take 270, split it 3 ways, we get 90. So we need a Mark II belt coming out of that.
There's another coal right next.
They're kind of close. That might be the one I'm going for.
I'm saying that, like, I think I see 3 coals within, like, 20 feet of each other.
That would probably make sense. Yeah, in fact, those two are now close to the point that I don't know if I could pick one. So I guess I'll just work out that way and see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, if you literally just followed my thing over here, I think you would find...
Still don't know if this works or not, but we're gonna try it.
Yeah, there's 3 normal coal deposits over here. Just literally, basically, 2 of them are touching, and then, like, one of them's right next to the other one.
God, I don't know if this truck route is going to actually work.
Eh.
There's like so many trees.
Yeah, that's... yeah.
I mean, I guess we could build a road in the sky.
Yeah. It's something else down here. It's a wild land, wild country,
Wildlings?
where the wild things are.
Yep, that's how it goes.
Ew, slug. Ew, a couple slugs.
it's very easy to navigate back because I can see the space tower.
Space elevator.
Yeah. Oh, this is more iron. Oh, there's literally iron and steel and coal right next to each other here.
Apparently that just killed me. Although I'm not actually dead, which is allowing me to not really press left mouse to respawn. Yes, this is a problem.
Okay, so that doesn't work. Now we know.
Let's try one of these.
Yep. Okay, alright. Go on.
No, it won't work. You can't, without having a conveyor belt in between, you can't attach a splitter to the conveyor wall. I actually put it close enough that it was attached, but it wasn't really attached. Okay, so that'll work. And now we get another splitter somewhere over here. And this will be fine. Everything's fine.
Oh. Is this a spaceship? That's just fucking here. A little bit of broken parts and things.
Probably attach it to the power network and open it up.
No, it's just a shattered crash. It's just kind of smoking a little.
So if we get our...
Oh, there's literally screws lying on the ground right here.
Yeah, it's loaded with stuff. You find those things.
Oh, boy, what about this?
I should probably set up this splitter first. I know how far forward I need to be.
This needs 2 more modular frames to be repaired. There were 7 here. Which means this is unfortunate.
Cool.
I've got modular frames on me.
Okay, literally my power cable goes directly by it.
Limestone. I just kind of have to recover my dead body.
Okay.
Which might be an issue because it died to the poison gas.
Oh, I nearly died of that poison gas.
Yeah, I had 3 health. And even driving through it on a tractor, I was fast enough to get through
One
it.
there. Yeah, it's not centered.
Thinking we're gonna need more concrete production.
Probably. Especially if we plan to make some kind of road.
That's like if it wouldn't be starting to thinking like, what if we had a sky highway? That's when you're like, we're gonna need some more concrete, I think.
What if we had a sky harbor? We could say goodbye to it.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay. These are not actually the objects I want on the conveyor. I just want to lay out how everything's going to look.
It's actually just a ton of concrete. There's just like a ton of iron and things and stuff around.
Get out of here.
Alright, I tried to tase the poison. Didn't work. Didn't work.
I found a cave full of bacon mushrooms.
Those are good.
All that tasing poison gets you is pain. But I had to know, right?
So now, this goes... Oh, God.
Alright, where is the truck slash dead body? There it is.
This goes here. Can't afford. Boo.
What's going on?
So I wonder if because of the way I died, I
said,
can't
hey.
get my body. Wait, are you in front of me, Kevin?
What's
No,
going
I'm
on?
nowhere
Okay.
near you. I'm in base.
Oh, wait, did I get my stuff? No, my body just disappeared.
Okay. So that's gonna work. And that's half of what it should look like.
Can you pick up other people's bodies?
And
Remember.
I want to do...
Because my body is here. I can physically walk into it, but it's invisible and I can't pick it up.
I'm coming.
inline.
So I think it's based off of the weird way I died.
Something like
And the
that?
fact that this game is sometimes buggy.
No, that's too far over.
Most unsatisfactory.
Are the bugs at
Yeah.
least satisfying?
Guys, can you
No.
build a truck first? Because that'd probably
Yes.
be... Okay. You have a truck over there?
Yep.
Damn. Yeah, I should build a truck to come over there then.
Like that. And we'll have to sort that out in a minute.
Alright, so you're playing his own game.
Playing the long game, or something like that. I don't know.
The long con.
Exactly.
Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna build
I
a
don't
tractor
know.
real quick. and get
Somewhere
over there.
in the middle of the next platform, I guess, is what this looks like.
Alright, I'm going to, I guess, just pick leaves from the battlefield while I wait.
Boom. And leave that there.
I hope that my body doesn't despawn. I have no idea how that works.
Okay. So here's what we're doing. We're playing a game. We're waiting for a train. So, we're gonna get in up to 270 of limestone. And we're gonna export the same, although these are not the right belts for that. We don't have access to the right belts yet. And then we split that 270 into 390 belts. And the 390s are each split into 45s. And then the 45s go to the constructors, and the constructors take 45 limestone per minute and export and create 15 concrete per minute, I think is how that ratio works. And so, as a whole, this floor of the concrete factory will produce 6 times 15, 90? 90 concrete per minute.
Okay, the tractor's fine, but I nearly died.
And 90 per minute
I
seems
did
pretty
not
good.
take it off that cliff.
And then the goal is to be able to basically replicate this floor into the sky ad infinitum.
Can these go over this river? Yes.
Yeah.
And then we'll be good. Everything will work out. Except I need this to be limestone, so if I have any limestone just lying around, no, it's all being turned into concrete. I have none extra.
There's probably some somewhere.
I'm gonna go
These trees, man.
drop some bots here. I don't understand what these drills are doing. How do they work?
They bore into the ore. They bore into the ground and return precious resources.
Yes, thanks.
Forever. Wait, what the hell is this glowing thing, Josh?
There's a slug.
Okay.
It was
Well,
inside
these
the gas,
guys will
so
get
I
me
didn't
some
go
of
get
that.
it.
I got up.
So
I'm leaving.
I'm not moving copper ingots
Oh, is it
around.
the fireflies?
No. Nope. I'm
Mm,
out of here.
Boop.
That's probably safe.
Okay. There's a bunch of poison here.
Yeah, if you go around or through the
I'm gonna
poison,
die.
Okay. And this can be actually
Just don't
replaced
die
with...
while you're inside
a
the
Mark
tractor.
One.
It might bug your body out like mine.
Let's just clean up all these iron
Jesus
ingots.
Christ.
Oh wait, you died. I see. The tractor flying down the hill was the ghost tractor.
Okay.
Okay. Oh my god.
Yeah, I would have went around that. Because, you know, it killed me and all. Right. Kevin, right here.
So I have to get this online for at least one constructor.
I'm looking.
So I'm thinking is...
Oh, found you. Okay. You're standing on a person named Vivi Hiete.
Yeah, I was afraid of that. Can you kill them? Or loot them?
Let's take a look.
Do that there.
There we go. Hold E to revive.
Bring
I don't want to
this
revive
over
them. I want to take my shit.
here.
Nope, they're gone again.
Bring this over
This is a
to
problem.
Have you had
here. Okay.
So what if I disconnect?
And
But
then I
I think
guess
it's gone.
put this
Okay.
here.
Well, maybe if I'm not in the game, you can interact with me better.
Okay.
I'm only going to plug
sure.
in 2 for now.
Oh. No. Actually, I
No.
don't know which one of you I just killed.
Uh,
There's a real problem here.
so these are going to make concrete. Do I have any left?
Alright, well that's really annoying. That's a lot of reinforced plates that just died.
Yeah. That's unfortunate.
I guess we can.
I guess if you have a tractor, just make sure you put everything in your tractor when you're driving around. Because the tractor has inventory.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Grab all that. Grab all of
Well,
that.
there's not much use for me going off to the coal now, because I can't make a new coal thingy.
Yeah.
Time to take the old tractor back.
This space elevator is rather large.
It's huge.
It feels like it goes to space.
Yeah, almost.
Space.
So do you figure out this thing, Kevin? You know,
Which thing?
the crash shuttle over here.
Oh.
I no longer have enough of those thingies because they were on my body.
That's fine. So the other lines are filling up, which is fine. They can only hold so much. And then these two are actually doing processing. So they're going to make limestone. They're not quite at good efficiency yet because those were leaching. But now they should be, yeah, 100%. They should be navigating in that direction. Then we actually have to export all this junk into something usable. So I'm thinking we probably want to do basically the inverse of what we did on the other side. And merge everything together. Merge to form Fissionator. So we can line that up. That's probably good. So since we're only producing 90, the top conveyor size we'll need is Mark II, which is good.
Oh, we have conveyors Mark II.
Yeah, we do.
Oh,
Okay, so that's stage
Well,
1 of the
any
merging.
these next.
Oh, well,
And then,
probably
yeah,
steel, which we don't have.
We're gonna merge
Oh yeah.
both of
Alright,
those
back
into
to those.
one, both of
Back to
those
mine.
into one, even though one of them doesn't exist yet. And then merge all 3 of those into the final result, the final countdown. Exactly. This guy gets it. Where's my output? Okay, perfect. And this is a 15 and 50. Yeah, this is 30.
Alright, hopefully that gets me enough to do something.
Am I out of concrete? No. Why can't... Is it because I built the store or the merger there first? I bet you that's why. Yep. It's not great. Okay. Once again... I'm gonna destroy this just to reattach it.
Are we making reinforced plates anywhere?
Yes.
Yeah, it's way far to the south, kind of west.
It's underneath all the iron stuff production.
Are we making screws anywhere?
We're not storing them, I don't think.
7 reinforced plates.
It doesn't go very fast.
I'll
Yeah,
say.
I also took 50 of them.
Okay, so it goes somewhat fast, but not if people are taking 50 of them. That definitely slows down production.
Alright.
Okay. And so we're gonna...
I don't know if I need 50 of them now. I'll see if I can make 5 more of those boxy doos.
I'm just trying to...
I made 1 boxy do.
And crafting boxes and... Alright, I can
Again.
make 6 more.
make a bunch of those. So there we go. Now they feed in.
I'll make the rotors.
And so I think if I just put a merger in line with that one and outputting to this side in line with that, I guess making this platform. I'll have to wait on the other side.
I just want to go fix the, we don't have any power problem, like, for good.
Yeah.
Forever.
Ah, shoot.
Forever.
Alright, let's do this first. And then do... Yay!
Milestone reached. Steel production unlocked. Foundry and improved miner included to ensure efficiency of new pipelines. A collection of new, more complex parts is
Cool.
now available for
And that'll
crafting.
connect to those two and still leave an open slot. And once again, this is just a Mark 1 belt feeding into there. And we do the same thing on the other side after I clean up this limestone line to not be encroaching on my factory. We're basically just going to reroute the whole thing.
Hopefully the game makes it pretty easy to do that.
Okay.
And we're actually going to want a merger. Right
Alright,
here.
let's put all of my stuff inside this tractor. It'll be nice and safe.
Thinking right. Right like that.
And then let's just
Perfect.
download the power.
Okay. And then we go boop. And I want to do that one as well, because we're not actually maximizing usage of our drills right now on a Mark 1 belt.
And now we have a Mark II drill.
Oh jeez, how much does that produce?
It's
Good
double.
question.
So 240? That's a lot.
So, it's modulated by, like, a normal deposit makes 60, and then the
Oh, right.
normal with it makes 60 with the Mark 1, and it makes 120 with the Mark 1, but if it's a pure deposit, it's even better than that.
Fair enough.
Also, the copper runs right by your powers, so we could probably hook. Is this a good copper
Yeah,
main?
there's a bunch of stuff that runs right by my power there.
This is normal copper, and I think it's also right next to limestone. Yeah, pure limestone vein.
This is iron. It's a Mark 1 iron.
Also, I just had to deconstruct and rebuild my tractor because I very perfectly wedged it into a rock. It's very impressive.
Do I just overclock these to be 200? I don't think there's any benefit for that. As opposed to making it jankier.
Always jankier.
Alright.
Needs 9 modular frames. That's a lot of modular frames. Also, Kevin, you left some screws and a computer on the ground.
Oh man, you can't explain that. Why is there so much limestone in a box right here?
Because I deconstructed the storage container that was there. It's fine, I'm taking care of it. Probably don't need to be holding this much concrete on my person at all times.
Truck. This truck is like struggling to make it up this hill. Which makes me wonder if this path is doomed to fail.
There we go. Boom diada.
Alright, where was the other coal?
So that's working, which means we can put this here.
No, this is a cliff.
We don't actually need that.
Oh, hey, I can see the smokestacks. And I can see Kevin's attempt at building a ramp.
Okay.
It worked.
So, let's go again, make that Mark II belt. Can't afford, oh no.
Yeah, I think it takes reinforced plates to make Mark II belts.
It does. I
You
thought
think
I
this
had
truck
enough.
can make this jump?
Oh yeah.
I feel like definitely no. Kevin, as someone who probably drove off a cliff, what happens when you drive off of a cliff?
There's no consequences for your actions whatsoever.
Ah,
That doesn't
sounds
sound
exactly what I
right.
want.
Trust me, as a man who drove off a cliff.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't be able to live to
There
tell
we
the
go.
tale had you not lived to tell the tale.
This is precinct
Exactly.
120, so yeah.
The story speaks for itself.
Alright, I heard a little bit, but we're okay.
Minor consequences.
So instead of this filling, it's actually
Definitely
exporting.
cannot do that for the actual truck trip. Oh, I missed.
Yeah, and this is fine.
Huh. Cave slime.
And
Not
that's
cave
fine.
slime, I mean normal slime. But next to a cave.
And I only have 2 reinforced iron plates, and I think it's 3 for constructor. Yep.
Kevin, did you explore this cave with creepy vines out front of it?
No.
You actually can't. Creepy vines are solid objects.
Yeah, they are. What if you had a chainsaw?
Do we have any concrete
Maybe with
still?
a chainsaw.
Do we have any concrete still? Yeah, right down here.
Okay. It's like I don't know what's going on. Where? Who?
I don't know what
Why?
color I am. I think I'm orange on your screen.
No, you're pink.
Okay, I'm pink. Why do I have an orange arrow on my person at all times?
I don't know. Can't explain these things.
Whatever.
Does it point to my dead body?
No, it's like always in the center of my radar, no matter which direction I look.
Yeah. That's weird.
Yeah, I think it's broke. Alright.
You see weird mushroom rock things.
So we line that up. Then we get our, because these are both 45s. Get that plugged in, and I think I just trapped myself in a conveyor belt.
As you do.
As you do. Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
And then we're going to do the same thing as we did over here. And by that I mean build... No, this power pole's in the way and it's leading to so many things.
Just break it real quick.
Ugh.
They don't have to know.
Except for that satisfying dwom noise that happens.
Okay, what all are you leading to? There's a thing way over there. Yep,
Apparently swimming was not the option. Man, that space elevator is really big.
Alright.
It really is.
Okay, now I kind of made fun of you for it earlier, but when you actually see how big the space elevator is from a distance,
It's huge.
Put this, like, right here.
Listen, I'm gonna need to double
oh, there's
this.
2 slugs on those arches by your coal stuff, Kevin.
I didn't even...
Okay. So that's everything
Also
except the
struggling to
drill.
escape from the water.
And then we just put this foundation here and trap that plant forever. Who needs barrel nuts?
That's the spirit.
You can always run over it with a car, and that's gone.
Alright. I'm just gonna finally relent and put a ramp in.
Kevin, where was this much closer coal that you were talking about?
It wasn't much closer. It was literally right next to mine.
Oh.
Oh no.
Should we use that for just more coal production eventually?
Yeah, that's definitely an option.
Okay.
So I don't even think we're using all the coal we're
Milestone
currently
exchange
pumping
completed.
out.
Fix-it freighter re-entry complete.
It's very loud. Yeah, this can definitely be expanded upon.
There we go.
I'm gonna go collect some slugs.
So, we have all that working. And we are getting 120 per second, so... Sorry, per minute, not per second. 120 per second would be great.
This is a yellow power slug.
Per minute, which means we could almost do a third. And I can get another 120 line, it's just gonna... It's gonna be expensive, and I can't actually combine those because we don't have 270 lines yet. But I'm just gonna turn on a third one, and it'll be slightly less efficient. Not by a lot. By 15? Yeah, that's nothing. And
I
you
believe in you.
make concrete. Like
What's my purpose?
2/3 usage. In fact, I can go put a... Just downgrade this to 66%, and then it's not actually wasted. Sorry, 67, I guess. And that should be basically
Are you
perfect.
talking about this double coal right here,
Yeah,
Kevin?
literally right next to the other coal.
Yeah.
Is that,
I mean, it's
is
like
that the one you were going
within... No.
to? Okay, good. I'm subverting all of that for power then.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get a different one.
Okay, that will
Once
all
I figure out how
power.
to get up.
Because if I have 3 normal coal deposits, my god, the power we will have.
We'll never run out.
Why is that
Fixed
one?
forever.
Is this not a Mark II line? No, it is. How? Oh, it just looks like it because of that. Okay. These should be at... Well, they're getting enough is the point.
Kevin, did you find a better way to make ramps other than making the flat pieces and then connecting them to the
Yeah,
ramp?
that's
And
the only
then...
way I know of.
Okay. They should come up with a better way.
Yeah.
Okay. So concrete is at about half the efficiency we could have, but we need Mark III belts and also a ton more reinforced plates to make more Mark II belts.
Okay, I'm making more reinforced plates.
That's good. So I have this done,
Oh god,
and
Firefly.
that's gonna be good. What is next? I think what I want to do next is set up the iron ingot factory. This one was relatively painless. I didn't really take anything out of production for very long. Yeah.
Oh my god, I never made myself a stun baton. I'm being killed slowly by fireflies.
So here's the question is, how much does an iron, or does a furnace produce or consume? Both of those. Smelter consumes 30 per minute. See, that's a more reasonable number. If I assume, again, a 270 line, I can do 9 smelters per floor. And 9 smelters per floor will produce 270 iron ingots per minute. Per floor. That all sounds pretty good. Don't know where I'm going to put it, but we'll figure it out.
I know
Ooh.
just what you mean.
Look at this.
Alright, I was able to make an equipment station while being attacked by fireflies, so then make myself a bug zapper.
Is this just more iron smelting?
Yeah. The goal of all of this iron smelting would be more, more steel. Not steel. More reinforced plates. That's the goal.
Remember, we do need iron for steel too.
Yeah. I figure that'll be a dedicated system. This was literally just, we had pure steel and we were using half of it, so we had pure iron.
Yeah. Yeah. So I need to find somewhere to set up my ratioed factory.
Searching, oh, there's clearance. Clearance my ass. I love that you can put that on top of the splitter.
Yeah. It's real nice.
It gets jankier.
Oh boy.
His fluffy tail is humongous.
Nailed it.
Did you though?
Oh yeah.
Alright, I guess I'm gonna go travel to wherever this copper is, and... What am I
That
putting
copper
more
sucks.
more ore into it?
Oh yeah. That's right. That one still runs real efficiently. That's right.
Sure. That's why we're always empty.
You just have to remember to refill it.
Yeah, that's it. That's the only step.
Uh-huh.
Just every now and again, the smallest of upkeep, you get mad gains. Forever.
Uh-huh.
You know, it just occurred to me. I should have, before boosting this, I really should have boosted the power production.
So I think they made so you can't
Yes.
cheese things by standing on the rock.
Alright, well, there those go.
Okay, there we go. So let's see. Do I double it or do I quadruple it?
Quadruple! Quintuple! Why stop there?
Well, because I need to make 40 rotors. That would be why.
Alright, good news. The coal I found is pure.
Oh, that's good.
Alright, well.
That's the crazy thing, is that alright, that a tier 2 miner on a pure deposit would output 240 per second. Like, that's crazy. Then if you overclock it, it would go to 480. Wild.
It is. I guess never runs out.
That's really the thing, is because it never runs out, you can do so much more than you can do in Factorio.
Yeah, the fact that it's infinite. Well, one of the most popular ones for Factorio is actually just infinite ore. For, I think, all of the reasons that Satisfactory make. That's one of the reasons why I like having mods that make some portion of the deposit infinite after you use it.
Yeah.
Just because then you get to incur those beautiful, significant logistic penalties for the rest of time. And you get mad gains.
I'm a fan of gains.
There's no plateauing in the House of Gains.
See, I got all those things. I don't really need any more. Do something with these copper ingots, because boy do I not need them. Okay. So first factory went very well. Concrete factory. It's going to be hard to go up at some point just because of this right here. That's going to be awkward to work around, but we can fix that in post.
Oh, this is out of copper. Oh, okay. More copper's coming. And then it'll be good. Forever.
Yeah, forever.
Forever.
That's what I did when I was over there. Fixed it forever. And not as a temporary measure. I love that you just blotted out the sun.
It's eternal night down there.
Okay, so what we're gonna do... Let's say... Line it up here. Yeah, Basically say... Is that in line? I honestly can't tell. It might be. This is our edge. So we can't go beyond this point.
Edgy base.
Yes. And we'll even put a ramp so we know. Can't go beyond this point. And also so I can climb on top. Alright, so again, the goal for this one, 270 iron ingots per minute per floor.
Kevin, do you
Those
plan
can
to
be-
go back to your coal at any time in the future?
Yeah. Going back there pretty soonish.
Alright, I might enlist your help.
I'm looking for a power slug at the moment, but then I'm ready.
I have an overclock cell on me.
Okay. I mean, we're gonna need more.
Yeah, we are.
It's like I just want one.
Exactly. That's why I offered. I suppose there is one right on that cliff. Okay. So 270, it's basically 3 banks of 30. So we're going to use every single thing of this merger and also 2 more mergers. Sorry, 3 more mergers.
Oh, yep, found one.
Yep. This will be 90, so Mark II will actually work here. This is going to be a temporary output. And then this is where we get smelters. Basically, I want to see, can I... Does that work? Yeah, that totally works. And one more over here. There we go. So those 3 are all done. We're going to figure out how to power all this stuff. Aw, you can't put a power line on top of a merger?
No.
That's so sad.
I know.
Let's have to get a little bit creative with this one. Nope. I really wish it gave you more information on why something was invalid.
Yeah. Encroaching on space. Where? I need like the little ghost image to be grayed out in the right spot
Yeah.
where it was encroaching. It's I really do not.
Show me on this machine where you're being encroached.
Exactly.
So you know what I'm gonna do.
Where did I leave my tractor? Oh yeah, I didn't finish. I unbuilt it.
What?
Nothing.
That was me
More
disconnecting a power line. It's fine.
Oh. Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
The hard part is going to be driving back.
So we know each of those will work. I'm just going to disconnect these so we're not doing anything. Okay.
Also, I no longer require your help, Kevin.
Perfect.
If you were close enough, I was going to have you connect the power poles, but I did it.
Let's also do that and that. Alright.
It's like some kind of swamp down there with like oddly shaped spheres and mushroom trees. I don't like any of it.
It all seems pretty normal.
Doesn't sound like there's much to like.
Me, Kevin understands.
And we're going to do the same basic thing here. Is that one? There we go.
So, what's the speed of a Mark 1?
Mark 1 is 60. Wait, Mark 1 what?
120. I was looking at the pure thing. So this output's 120.
Yeah,
What's
pure
a
minor.
TT belt?
Mark 2 is also 120.
Okay. Then this should split, except when the fuel is full. So if we can, I want to make this a 120.
That's fine.
Oh no. I'm too poor.
Okay.
Worst of fates.
Actually fixed forever.
Copper?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's good. Did you put a Mark II miner down or something?
I put down. I overclocked a miner at 200%,
Got it. Okay.
which is a hilariously heavy solution to this problem, but it is what we needed.
Alright, I can just make some more reinforced plates.
They are craftable.
So why is this not putting
You...
stuff in?
Boom. Boom. Boom.
Apparently that costs a lot of
Perfect.
steel plates.
And I'm gonna put these down, even though we don't need them yet, or ever. It's the principle. There. Can we even get to Mark III? Like, what do we have to unlock to get to Mark III belts?
Steel.
Steel.
We
Ah,
have to start making steel, which we're in the process of doing.
Sort of there. Kinda.
Once I bring us this coal, we'll be rocking.
I did it.
We can now scan nuts. These nuts.
Perfect. Oh, because we have to make motors.
Motors don't need steel.
Oh, so we could unlock Mark III belts. We probably can't build them.
Correct.
Got it.
Alright, now let's attempt to make a path.
Okay.
C opens the vehicle wheel, right? Why is it not working?
Okay, good. So there we have it. And these are just gonna do iron smelting when we're ready. So this time I did a output backwards approach, just so I could limit how far my factory expands in a certain direction. And we know now we're gonna need 1, 2 platforms, and then that we should have a pretty perfect wall area there. Unless we want to set up a buffer on the inside. And the efficiency of this, of course, depends on having Mark III belts, but it'll still work without them, just not efficiently. If that all makes sense.
Knows we're all about the efficiency.
I mean, I'm a fan
There we
of
go.
being efficient. So,
It was literally in the tutorial. It said, get to work and be efficient.
yeah. If we did something like that.
Josh, do you happen to have a miner on you? Or a
No,
miner?
I just used it.
Okay. I
I
literally...
do have a workbench though. Or your tractor has a workbench. You can just.
Oh,
I know you have to build. You can just build the equipment bench. There we go. That's what I want to say.
yeah, that's what I was gonna do.
Right.
It's more that I was
this is-
annoyed that I just literally took all the copper ones down. Didn't bring. I brought one, but I need 2.
Just to make sure, is this a Mark II, and is the other side a Mark II, and this... Okay, good. This is all going very well. And then we just do
Get
this.
to work.
It does make me want the copy-paste feature.
Yeah.
Alright, and that is perfect. Very satisfying. I think that's definitely one of the things. Factorio also all about ratios, but it's hard to make them work because your inputs are so variable.
Yeah.
And also, this game tends to have a single output no matter how many inputs there are.
Well, yeah. Everything is 1-to-1 in this, as opposed to inserters being able to easily split it.
Yeah. Yeah, there's always one output.
Plus, like, belts are so much weaker in this compared to Factorio, because, like, in a Factorio, how many machines? It takes, what, was it, 48 miners to fill 1 yellow belt?
Oh yeah, no, it's something dumb like that.
So it's like, belts are crazy strong in Factorio compared to this.
Also, the miners on this are pretty strong compared to Factorio.
Yeah, exactly.
2
Well,
every
the miners
second
are
for
very
pure.
strong, and the belts are very weak.
Yeah. Oh, I love that consistent flowing copper line. Look at that. That's beautiful.
Forever. Actually, for next forever.
I'm a fan. Okay, so we're at the point where we're going to decide, do I want to just put a conveyor hole? Or do I want to put a buffer inside the wall? And I think I like the idea of putting a buffer inside the wall. A buffer storage container. And once again, we're gonna have to fix our belt sizes at some point, but today is not that day.
What do you say to belt sizes? Not today!
Okay, well the entire platform's a little off center, which is awkward, but everything works. So yeah, now I just need to need to pump iron ore into here. And I'm gonna have it wrap around like this. And the reason... Can't afford. Just because that's where things are going to be coming from. I don't know. I don't know why I did that.
Okay. We now have 420 megawatts.
That's good.
Oh, actually, no, just kidding. Most of these weren't getting coal. We have more of that. We have 520 megawatts, and I am powering down a bunch of junk. And I'm gonna go and just melt all of those biofuel generators. We're done with them.
Oh, on the
Cool.
plus side, most of them are already powered down because they ran out of fuel.
That's awesome to hear. Because that means that our power is good, even with all those off.
Yeah.
We probably wanna... Where's the iron going to be coming from, Kevin? For the steel.
Oh, do you see where I am over here? Because there's iron. There's iron above the coal. Like there's nodes of iron up there.
I wonder if it'd be easier to make the steel over there and then truck steel.
Well, I'm moving iron. Like you can just move the iron. That's not too bad.
Well, yeah, but then you have to
I
have
see
long...
what you mean.
Yeah. Instead of trucking the iron and trucking the coal, we just make steel and truck the steel.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I think that would be easier.
Alright.
If they're right next to each other, definitely.
Yep.
Yeah, let me drive my truck back to you. Wait, what do we're gonna need the stuff to make steel.
Pyro, do you know the ratios for reinforced iron plates if you're getting, let's say, 270 iron ingots per minute?
Not a clue.
Okay.
I was thinking I need to just make like a factorial spreadsheet. Not a factorial, a satisfactory spreadsheet. I've been sitting here, I'm like, why are there all these broken little blue shards all over the place? It's where the truck is. You have a truck driving through all this. Wait, does it go through Poison Field?
The poison fields.
I mean, I guess the truck doesn't care that much, but it just doesn't feel right.
Okay. So if we have two 120 lines, we can merge those into a 240, and that's pretty good. That's not quite maximum efficiency for the line,
Just
though.
run me over. I've been on this tractor. I don't feel safe there.
I could take off one of those, but that would make this less amazing. I think what we do is we basically actually take in 3 belts worth, but the third miner splits its output between 4 floors. It'll be an awkward split, but whatever.
Alright, I'm gonna be AFK for a couple minutes.
Okay. So we'll start with 240. And it won't be perfect, but it'll be fine. We'll just keep one of the smelters off. Okay, is this iron? It is, and it's even a 120 line. So we are going to actually pump this over to there. Ooh. I think I made a mistake. No, there's still a gap there. Okay. Because I want to put a wall here. I suppose I could maybe move it a little bit closer. Whatever. Okay. This will allow us to actually separate things out. Okay. So now we say this is a black box. You never need to know what's inside a black box. You know what we don't need? These. There we go. I was wondering why I was not letting me. Oh no. That's supremely awkward. Okay, let's. Can we do this? Yes, we can. Can we build it? Oh no. That might be a bigger problem. Yeah, our slight offset is coming back to haunt us. Let's see if we put a wall first. And then put a smelter? Nope. Shoot. Alright. Some people would say, well, just don't put a wall there. I say nonsense.
That sounds legitimate.
The man has completed its analysis.
I thought it said the man, and I was very confused.
You're now under control of the man.
I became a space prospector so I could get out from under the thumb of the man. So you know when you're watching a YouTube video and they have time jumps? This is the kind of stuff they do during those time jumps. To figure out how to get that wire inside, but again, it's for future us to worry about.
Yeah. Coal generators are so industrial looking.
Let's see if we can cut that corner and this corner. And I think put ramp. Probably right here. Which means we need a door. Okay, so this is what I hope to be able to do.
Alright, I'm back.
Alright.
Welcome back.
What iron are you talking about? Like the stuff literally above the coal?
Yes. So I just realized that my OBS was set up to capture my FOLA, but I have a Modi now, so I've just streamed no sound whatsoever for an hour and a half.
Ah, perfect.
Nice.
Other than my voice, so it's just been me narrating the Satisfactory experience. I suppose an IMAT talking about setting up his factory for the past hour and a half with nothing else to accompany the stream.
I mean, it's not the worst thing.
Now that's what I call content.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Also, I just realized that Satisfactory is using 1.9 on my CPU.
That's a lot.
Is
Not
it?
a little. 1.9%.
1.9%. Or
That's
maybe
very
it's my
little.
stream of Satisfactory.
My Satisfactory is using like half.
Okay. I'm at 100% CPU usage, so I'm guessing it's all Satisfactory. Yes, okay, 82% Satisfactory.
Yeah, see, that makes a little more sense.
The stream is using between 1 and 2%.
So let's see. The coal is way over there. And the iron is somewhere.
Okay, so that works. And we're just gonna put our smelters all in a row, put our ducks in a row here.
Do I set up a spreadsheet? I don't think I've ever set up a spreadsheet for anything before. I'm a TechCom major who's never made a spreadsheet.
I don't think you need to. I think what you just do is you do what I do. You build a single floor of a factory that produces ideal output given ideal input of one
Yeah.
thing
Oh yeah, that
or
would do.
more things. And then you just clone that forever. And then your problem's done forever.
It's true. It would be, but the thing is, I need more stuff and things.
Oh, things and stuff. That is usually what prevents things from happening.
Yeah, if it was a sane system, that would work, but it's not. It's crazy. Things are crazy.
I don't know the best way to do this because to be able to move like 120,
Okay, I like that.
like the belt cost is rather high.
Yeah, it really is. That's why I'm
Unless
making
we
another
do like
reinforced plate one.
260s.
I think the belt cost is going to become less high once we truly have a good way of making reinforced plates.
Yeah.
We just weren't there yet, and probably still aren't. I don't know what Pyro's progress is.
None. I'm deconstructing all these biomass burners.
Good, good. All right. So very little progress has been made. We set up some
Almost.
smelters.
Basically zero.
Alternatively, there is another iron deposit about 300 meters away from my coal deposit, which I think puts it as slightly closer.
Okay, and then on the other side, we just do more or less the same thing. We say, here's that, here's our center. Put it basically right next to... There's a slight gap.
Center.
Exactly.
How do I get my exoskeleton?
Does that exist?
Never?
Exoskeleton.
This has to be a Mark II.
Oh, I go fast.
Gotta go fast.
Alright, Kevin, I might need your expertise.
Okay.
That
Listen.
feels further back than normal.
Mostly I need to figure out where I'm getting this iron from.
Oh, that's
Do you
all
need
fine.
more of my expertise in listening, or?
No, probably in looking at what I'm looking at and then deciding alongside me.
Alright, I'll
Oh,
just
I
pop
can
open your
the multi-twitch
stream,
list.
and
Yeah, that
video is
works too.
unavailable.
What?
Maybe I need to.
I did just have a guy come in here a little bit ago telling me that was super quiet compared to you guys.
Oh. Huh.
So it should be working.
Wow, I bet my game was even more quiet.
Maybe I need to reload my page.
Link to the multi-twitch?
Let's
Normal?
let's get that going. Let's let Windows swap windows. Let's just type this here. That should be it, unless I have your stream name spelled wrong.
Yeah, damn that.
Oh no, I'm missing an I. That's Viv.
Yeah.
That does explain why it's broken.
And why it was broken a while back when I tried it last time.
All right. Yeah, I see you live
That
now.
makes sense now.
Everything's alive.
I guess I don't even need my dashboard up when I have this
Uh-oh. Your stream is not muted for me for some reason.
Okay, that's looking good. I have the stream.
Mute.
So
Okay.
this is coal. So basically, from where the coal is,
Okay.
there is one way over there up the mountain. And then there's this 429 one, which I think is the one by your coal, or your production, as you can kind of make it off in that fog.
Oh, you're in the forest over there.
Yeah,
How far away is this?
pretty.
Okay. Yeah, I
Like
see.
I said, way off in the fog there is your coal.
Maybe you just truck the iron from a depot there over to the other one?
What do you mean?
So instead of running a belt all the way over there, you could just have a truck to move the iron over to wherever you're doing the processing with the coal to then minimize the amount of reinforced belt.
This makes the floor a lot
Yeah, I was
taller.
thinking about that too.
So we just
How
go.
far would it be to make a 300 long iron belt though?
It would be
100
terrible.
meters. Because this was 10. This belt right here was 10 reinforced plate,
Yeah, I mean, you can do it. It's
Okay.
literally only a matter of time, right?
I suppose.
You can also just run it at half speed for a while, just to get it prototyped out. And
Yeah.
Because, like, we will be inevitably making more of it. So you can just
That's
prototype
fair.
it out
Yeah.
using the plug one.
That's what I've been doing.
I feel like my controls are... The way I control my stream is so much twitchier. You know,
What do you mean?
just like... I make lots of just sharp twisting motions while playing, which I think is
Oh.
my FPS heritage. That
It
just,
might be.
if I'm looking
might
at places,
be.
I gotta look at it now. Right now.
So
Alright,
let's
so now I have to figure out where this iron is exactly.
let's plug in just the center 3, which will do
It could turn out to
90,
be completely shit iron, and then it ruins this
and
entire
then
plan.
one over here. Those will all be online, and I'm gonna go over here and reroute this iron line, and then I have to figure out where it's actually going, I suppose. Suppose it's important to know where the iron ore consumption happens. Sorry, iron ingot.
Okay, here's another crash ship.
20 per minute.
Some wild stuff out here, man.
So these guys are...
Also, I wonder if all this limestone is all over the place just so you can build foundations when you need it.
So basically, if I... Yeah. Boy, I really don't want to do that. I would much rather just start setting up another factory to consume this.
So, It needs 24 screws 120 times per minute? Is that what I'm seeing here?
No. I think that number is the number of screws it needs per minute.
Oh, the number of screws it needs per 120.
No, it needs 120 screws per minute
Oh.
to run
It's
optimally.
24 then. Oh, the empirical cost of it.
Yes, that's the cost
I
per
see.
craft.
Nice.
And you can verify because it's producing 5 reinforced plates per minute. So 5 times 24 is 120.
I really wish you could plus or minus this by 1, but just do a numpad up, numpad down for the overclock.
Oh, yeah, totally.
So I don't know of a way to do that. Which is unfortunate.
So how many iron plates are produced per minute by an iron plate production constructor? To go figure it out in this tangle of conveyor belts up here. So iron plates can do 30 per minute to produce 15. Okay.
Oh, this needs iron rods inputs. Boy,
Free
guess who didn't
screws.
think this through.
Yeah, the whole thing is pretty messed up. Oh, you can probably get rid of all of your foundries.
But I like them here. Well, okay, so you can remove this however you want after the fact, I guess.
Yeah, well, I'm just thinking I can feed you 270 iron ingots if you want to set up consumption of that.
I'm thinking I'll just focus on the consumption side of it and just, however you want to abstract away all my plates here at some point. All my ingots. I don't really care about where they come from.
I mean, I'd like to abstract literally everything except literally all of your inputs, your direct inputs would be the ideal. So all you have to focus on is you are getting plates and screws. What do you do from that point? But that's going to take a little bit, and we might want to just have this set up in the meantime. So that we are producing reinforced plates in the meantime. Okay. So with 270 ingots,
This feels like a hotkey, these foundations. That would make this go a little bit faster.
ingots to rods is 1-to-1, ingots to plates is 2-to-1. Oh, nice observation tower.
Thanks. I thought so myself.
So what do we do with that information? 1-to-1 and 2-to-1. Reinforced iron plates need 20 regular iron plates per minute, which means 40 iron ingots.
Don't you worry. Situation under control.
Which means we have 230 iron ingots unaccounted for at that point. Need to eat some food. Food. Doing math, everybody. Doing math.
Alright, so 3 iron deposits here.
15. Right. We did the math. We needed 120, so 1 1/3 of this recipe. So 20 iron rods per minute generates all the screws we need. And iron rods are 1-to-1. So in total we are consuming 60 iron ingots per minute to make 5 reinforced iron plates per minute. Yeah, it's a little tight.
Let's move this out a little.
Yeah. So I could do 20 reinforced iron plates per minute and still have iron ingots left over with this factory. That seems pretty good. We'd have 30 ingots left over.
It's good news. This is pure iron.
That is good news. So I'm gonna get to work on an iron plate factory.
Yeah, it's actually all pure iron. Yeah, there's 4 of them. There's a lot of iron here.
Which means I could consume 2 whole floors of this factory just to do 270 iron plates, and I don't mind that. And a 3rd floor to do iron rods. Yeah, I'm gonna start working on that. You keep doing your thing. We'll eventually sync up.
Alright, can we go this way?
And I ran out of concrete. Suppose I'll have to figure out, do we have access to catwalks?
No.
Oh, but we do have stairs. That's all I really need. Okay. Let's go pick up some concrete.
That'd be pretty easy to get catwalks now.
I'm also gonna go grab just some iron plates. And how many do I have? Yeah, I'll get for a while actually. Ooh, yes.
Oh, Kevin, I learned a pretty important item is blocked by doing prismatic trials on Risk of Rain 2.
Oh, really?
It's the crits heal you item, the Harvester Scythe.
I was wondering about that, where Harvester Scythe came from. Alright.
And actually, it's just like 2 levels, it was pretty easy.
Okay, that is pretty important.
Oh, good, you can just run power lines straight through walls. That seems fine.
Yes. Well, I don't think you can build them straight through walls.
Oh, so you have to place them first and then...
Yes, that's correct.
That's fine. Okay. So the question, can I... I just need a foundation on top of this. Do I have to place walls and then foundation? Oh, you do. And also, this is much taller than I thought it was going to be. That's unfortunate. Oh well. Guess we actually need... Yeah, 1 higher.
This conveyor. Something ain't right with this conveyor. Yeah.
How... What?
So, that conveyor ain't right.
Don't know what it is. There's just something about it.
Don't worry about it.
I'm sure it's all fine. Alright,
What do
so...
you mean encroaching someone's clearance?
I'm gonna see if I can't do... Where was that? Logistics? No. Foundations.
Alright, there we go.
Hold on now. I guess you need a ramp to start with. Yeah, you do.
Probably the biggest problem of building out in the wilderness is that you don't have access to these pickups, say all the iron plates out of a thing.
Come on. Yes. So we need a ramp. Now we can go back to these. It's even higher than this. Got it.
Okay, so that makes 5 per minute. If I overclock that a little, I can actually get quite a bit more. Maybe I'll go get some power slugs. Basically, every machine in there is underutilized. Oh, but I don't have a belt fast enough to overclock it. I need tier 2, tier 3 belts.
Yeah, those screws really mess with everything.
Yeah, you need tier 3 belts to do it better. I think, do 2 of your machines not have power here?
Where? On the concrete production?
Yeah.
It,
Two
yeah,
of them, 2 of them don't have a recipe selected.
well, they shouldn't. There's not enough
Okay.
input coming in.
Uh,
Yeah, it's geared for making or consuming 270 per minute.
I see. Okay, alright. I'll just wander away then.
Yeah, we need better,
Mind my own business.
we need better belts.
I'd say I'm working on it, but as true as that is, it's a very slow process. Being, 1,000 meters away from base, you have to do some things you wouldn't normally do. What is Caterium ore?
That lets you make Caterium wire, which
Use the
is
Caterium.
if you find hard drives on the crashed ships, we can unlock different recipes for making stuff. And so, like, the heavy modular frames can consume Caterium instead of all the things they currently consume, and makes it a little bit simpler to make.
Interesting. I didn't find the actual Caterium. I just found one of the temporary node box
Ah, okay. Aren't those usually on top of an actual thing?
No, sometimes they're just in the world.
Huh. Awkward.
Right, you are.
Alright. I actually think we should unlock catwalks. You know what? We can wait. I don't really care that much.
Well, supposedly you can build conveyors off of catwalks in a really neat fashion.
Huh. Okay, so we get this out. Oh, okay. That's what the difference is. Huh. Uh-oh. Ye- How am I doing on concrete? Yeah, I got quite a bit. Oh. I was like, what is that projectile heading towards our base? It was a conveyor being built.
Don't worry about it.
I suppose if I was truly desperate, I could set up like impromptu metal, iron plate and rod and stuff processing out here. But I think I'll be fine.
That would be desperate.
Let's set up a minor base.
About half, maybe a little towards that wall. I think it's roughly like that. Oh no, is that not center? No, it is. Okay.
I could not imagine
right
doing
on
this
the
with
edge.
tier 2 belts.
Okay. The rest just kind of flows from there. No, we need a Mark II.
Alright, almost done with the first conveyor belt. Why are these rocks emitting particles?
There might be a Mercer stone or sphere, whatever they are, underneath it.
My game gets real wacky when I am near these rocks.
Okay, so we do that.
Alright, let's stop doing that.
I feel like there's some obligatory portal anything the rocks tell you to do is purely a figment of your imagination. They're inanimate.
You a power slug. What about things that power slugs tell me to do though?
The one true God, follow, obey.
Hold on. There we go. Okay.
Power
Is
slugs
everything
are
running this?
about-
Yeah, this entire setup just runs at a 67% clock. Interesting.
Can't afford. Oh, I'm out of iron rods. Oh no.
So basically, if I could overclock this thing and had a better belt, I could just make this run 50% more efficiently.
Oh, you know what? Gotta commit.
So it's really weird. When power slugs tell you to press E, you don't really have to.
I wish I could trust your power slug.
Because I like kind of pressed E and then I fell out of range of the power slug, but it still picked it up.
How am I doing on wire? Wire's fine. Cable's fine. Okay. Good. Good, good, good.
Fine, everything's fine.
Okay. And now. There.
I'm sorry, fix-it property.
Sometimes you gotta break a few fix-it properties to make an omelet.
That is how that saying goes.
How to get off my platform.
I can not build this. Hello?
Your conveyor belt's like sitting on top of your...
What?
Did you see it? Your conveyor... Oh, you're out of concrete, Josh.
Yeah, I was just realizing that too.
I was like, in your Josh's preview for it, it had like the conveyor belt and then the conveyor belt poles sitting on top of the conveyor belt. And I'm like, I got the
Also,
problem right here.
Is that not normal? Because
That-
mine does that all the
Yeah,
time.
mine always does that.
Wow.
It must
No.
be a client kind of problem. I know there's some limestone around here somewhere.
Yeah, the ghost always does
It
that
goes
for
up
me.
here.
The result is correct. So there's that. Okay. So we put this here.
Wow.
We don't really care where.
Merging this other reinforced plate on there did not make it any less janky.
And
But
there.
on the plus side, we now have triple the reinforced plates. should hopefully make things a little easier.
That's good.
If we were making rotors, we could probably crank some of this out.
Oh,
Yeah,
those
Catwalks.
are makeable.
Do it. I was about to go down and start researching catwalks, and then I look over at Pyro's stream
And
as
it's
he's
done.
doing that.
Milestone reached. After medical consultation.
Yeah, I mean, this is
additional
basically just
buildings
plug in
the
the things we
factory
make
traversal
already
have
and
been
just
added.
get research.
Walkways can now be accessed in the build menu.
That's
No.
pretty much what we're at the moment.
Can I just put a walkway right here? Or yeah, there is a walkway with a fence only on one side.
Oh, motors, not rotors. Oh, okay, no, we can't make motors.
Yeah, motors need steel.
I didn't realize there's motors and rotors, because that's crazy talk. We'd have both of those.
I built that on the wrong floor.
Motors are just made out of rotors.
Something. How are we doing on power? Because we've just been straight industrializing, right? We're halfway to our power consumption. Looking good.
Yeah,
As
it's
far as
just upgrading what we have.
yeah. That is not concerning at all.
That reminds me, I need to bring some power to this iron.
Oh, right. It's gonna do it right here. Although we have to build it up so high anyways. Might not be strictly necessary, but whatever.
We need power to the people.
Come on. I thought about it for a second. Why you no be happy? Tell me, Powerline, what did I do wrong?
So all of you is built around 270 per second?
All of the inputs are built around 270 per second for now. And that means this iron ingot factory, each floor will pump out 270 iron ingots. Or not per second, per minute.
Do you arrive at 270? Because that's what the splitter does 3 ways of.
I arrived at 270 because that's what Mark III belts do.
Oh, they do 270?
Yeah, which is like,
What?
why?
60, 120, 270?
Yeah, they were clearly...
What the hell is wrong with these people? 270?
I think this is actually in the wrong spot.
That is not satisfactory in the slightest.
Protect them.
Not in the slightest.
No, it's not. It's...
Are you sure? I'm almost done. Like, I can't really live in a world where it'd be 270 for a tier 3. I don't believe you're wrong. I just really want you to be. Oh no, it is 270. Oh no.
There we go. I did do something wrong. Which means that this system is about as condensed as it is gonna get. Without doing some horrible, horrible jank. And don't get me wrong, we're all fans of horrible, horrible jank.
Yes.
But this would just be right out. Okay. So yes, every floor of every factory I've built so far is designed to take in 270 of whatever it consumes per minute.
God.
Which is really annoying for miners for obvious reasons. But it does mean It's 2 1/3 miners per floor? No. 2 2 1/4. Fully efficient Mark 1 miners per floor.
I still don't get 270. Is 270? 270 is at least divisible by 3?
Yeah, it's not like wildly out there, but it is going to be weird to work around.
It's pretty out there.
Oh boy. For anyone, what conveyor belt? Why are you trying to do a spiral to something that's right in front of you? No, stop it.
Coffee stand, if you're listening. What were you thinking? 270?
What is happening here? Is it because I have a conveyor pole there? I wish you could just move conveyor poles. That would be swell.
I'm routing these reinforced iron plates over to where we're collecting everything else on the base. A little bit of conformity here.
Is this not correct?
I kind of want to...
Hold on.
Yeah, I'll see if I can do rotors too. So I think rotors are pretty easy.
Yeah, these are pretty easy.
Okay, so we merge. And that's the output side. This should just work. Is this going the wrong direction? I wouldn't be surprised. Is that not
18 iron rods per minute. Ah, 18.
But
That kills me. 18 per minute.
what is
I think it's these
happening?
assemblers. I think these assemblers are the spawn of the devil.
They don't sound great.
Cause like this needs 18
Yeah,
iron
I know
rods
a lot
per
of
minute
systems.
and 132 screws. How are you gonna get 132 screws per minute?
What?
What if you overclock something?
Yeah, like I overclock it to a satisfying 104% on two 60s, and then have like a 40% utilized Mark III belt.
Exactly.
I can't tell if the coffee stand just hates us or
Pirate, can you come help me put a conveyor belt in place that does not want to
yeah.
conform?
Alright. Okay.
I'm on the top
Where are you
floor.
right now?
Top floor of this iron ore factory.
Oh no. Alright, I'm coming.
If you go up your ramp, you can jump over to my staircase. It's pretty great.
Let's take this convenient catwalk. You know, if you just made this be a belt instead, I could just stand still and arrive at the top.
Yes. Okay, so here's the thing. I need a Mark II belt between this merger and that storage container.
Alright, well, first you gotta get
Here.
this riffraff out of here. That's easy. That's right out. That's crazy talk. So then we're just going to...
Wait,
grab
now I
that.
can just do it?
There you go! Glad to be of service.
Sometimes...
The world's a smiling place, filled with easy solutions.
Sometimes I am forcibly reminded of why this is considered early access. Alright, let's once again hook up all of my power. It's fine, I've taken care of it. Alright. Okay, hopefully these don't actually consume power if There's nothing feeding into them. I don't think they do. Current milestone.
Oh yeah, that's the healing item. Alright, good news everybody.
Okay. Good news, everyone!
I built a foundry once I figure out a place to put it. Right there. Foundry is step 1 in steel production.
Oh!
Yay! Ah, I see.
I actually
Suppose there's
can't.
nothing for it.
I think I just destroyed hundreds of coal, which I suppose in the long run doesn't matter, but it is a thing that happens.
Why is there this cooldown on research?
That is a
I
good
can't
question.
tell you.
That is the correct question. Oh no. That hurt. Have you noticed that we are considered fix-it property?
Yes, because we are.
Get to work.
I'm a human being. Probably.
False.
The foundry only makes it 45. I remember now. There's some steps involved in multiple foundries and.
The cut tower is probably one of my favorite blocks. My favorite buildings that functionally doesn't really do anything for you, other than let you stare out at the majesty of your industry. That's
exactly what
really
it
its
does.
only function.
Okay, I don't know what that's all about.
Honestly, producing 45 per minute is really down.
Yeah. This
Yes,
is just
yes
born
it
to be
is.
fixed by slugs. I feel like
Yes,
a huge
so.
percentage of their machines are like existed. I don't know.
Well,
it's like they're in
okay.
the pocket of big slug.
That's not necessarily correct. So if you feed a 270 line, right? This
God.
concrete production factory over here, concrete is 45 as an input per minute, which means you can make it work with a 270 line. There is a correct distribution of materials. In this case, it's 6 constructors, each taking 45 per minute.
Yeah. I guess the fact that it ramps up to be power 3 instead is when a lot of them start making more sense. Except for 132 screws per minute.
Yeah, that
I
one.
think that will never make sense.
No, I don't know how to justify that one. I got nothing. You're on your own, kid.
I think that one's just born to lose.
Oh no, I used my produce making this factory. Can I make more produce?
Power slug.
Maybe.
Oh god. I don't think I'm gonna make it. I was totally fine.
That's all. A-okay. Oh. Oh, this is feeding out reinforced iron plates to somewhere else. I see. Oh, over here. I get it now.
I am very surprised that there are no repercussions for that.
It's fine. Everything's fine. Okay. So, quick recap. Wait. We can't make Mark III builds, can we? Because we haven't researched it.
Correct.
And all that other good stuff. I don't know why that's... I don't know.
Yeah, research it because we need the steel that Justin's working on.
Yeah. Oh, you know what I should do?
Getting there.
I should just put a jump right here in the middle. A jump pad. Just
Yes.
Right here. Oh, you can't. It doesn't fit. I should put it next to the platform. So just jump up a floor. Alright. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay. So, this produces 540 iron ingots per minute, which, once we plug it into an iron plate factory, will produce 270 iron plates per minute. I think
Oh wow, yellow power slug.
I think that one's gonna need something. Because clearly we can't make a 540 belt. We're nowhere close to it if it exists, and if it doesn't exist, then we really shouldn't plan around it. I don't know what Mark IV belts look like.
Why is there so much poison in this world?
Because it's not where we grew up. We as a species.
Yeah.
Why's my camera? Oh, it's adjusting to the fact that there's a bright sunlight coming through my blinds. So my face is super dark and everything else is not. I just watched you do that.
Well, looks like I'll just go ahead and grab this biofuel and be on my way then. There's like stuff out there, okay?
Yeah, so those crash sites, one of the objects should have a place that you can put an item or repair somehow.
Yeah.
And that unlocks a hard drive for us, which we can research.
Yeah, I've gotten that before.
Okay. So here's the deal. If I want to do the iron rod production, I need to add another floor to this. But we want to do that yet. First things first that I want to do is pump all of this into an iron plate factory, even though I'm not producing anything yet.
Can I deconstruct trucks?
Yes. You
Okay.
can just pick it up and take it to where you want to go. And
Alright, that's good. I was gonna just abandon it, but
so I got mine stuck in a wall, like in a crevice. That was perfectly truck sized.
I drove mine into the ocean.
Yeah, you
That
did.
would also do it.
Yeah. Oh, did it. Boy, howdy.
Alright. You're now producing steel.
I'm
Now I
actually...
just need to deliver steel.
I suppose that kind of interferes with the jump pad, but... Jump pad, you don't matter. So basically, I'm gonna get my way over to here so I can see that output. You know how it is. Seeing is something that's relevant.
To believe it.
To being able to play stuff. You guys are all exploring the world, and I've spent the entire stream building factories.
I don't know
Well-
if I'd say so much exploring the world as finding resources to exploit.
Yeah, triple X.
Okay. We could use those. So how are we going to handle this?
Also, Kevin is 4 X's. Triple X is something different.
There's only 3 I care about.
Is it explore, exploit?
Yeah, the Explorer is the extra one.
Oh, okay.
Exploit, exterminate,
Ah.
and what was the other one?
Yeah, what is... Definitely missing one.
Extreme.
Do all that to the extreme.
Yeah, it is dangerous driving through this power line because of the bugs stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah, that sounds about right. So where am I going to put Iron Plate Factory? And also, what's it going to look like? So if we're getting 2 belts of 270. We're going to need a window that takes in 2 belts. And iron plates are... Well, this is not quite accurate. 30 iron ingots per minute makes 15 plates.
Oh, plus I set up on the coal power today.
Oh yeah,
All the coal power we've been enjoying.
that clean coal-based energy.
Clean coal.
Yep, that's what everyone refers to it as, all the lobbyists.
I don't use any of the dirty coal here.
All the proponents of green energy are like, I don't know why we're all focusing on things like solar power when coal is so clean.
Yeah.
You just be mining
It's
the
all
crap out of
natural.
that.
Comes out of the ground. Like plant.
Yeah, exactly. It basically is a plant when you think about it.
Organic. Free reign. Never been caged.
So basically, every line can support 9 constructors building iron plates. That's a lot of constructors. I think I'm actually just going to accept, again, 270. Why would I do differently? Yeah. Yeah. So we're going to do...
What's poisoning me?
And we'll get 90 plus 45, 135? No, why did I say
See,
45?
Literally nothing that explains why I'm dying
Yeah.
out here.
Really?
Deathium.
Yeah, it's like, oh, my bad. The uranium fields. I don't know. That's
maybe.
kinda...
Somebody check my math. 9 times 15.
Why is this truck so loud?
135, right?
That truck is like 8 times the volume of everything else in the surrounding area.
Oh, doik. It's
Yeah,
half of
I
270.
turned like everything down.
Okay.
What the hell is this? This limestone conveyor belt goes for miles.
Yeah, it does.
I love the way that it goes through that canyon, though.
Yep. Alright, so... A single iron plate floor will generate 135 iron plates per minute. Off of 270 iron ingots. So I'm gonna take one of these belts, turn it into 9 constructors that are good. And there you have it. Oh, you know what else I need
Literally
is...
just didn't render all the poison I was in.
Naturally.
Well, why would it? That would be telling.
This is gonna be a long process, isn't it?
Let's take this somewhere.
Because I'm in the middle of a poison field, so like
No.
I can drive
Right.
the truck a little bit further to the edge every time.
Just put it, like, right here.
I guess I could just deconstruct the truck, grab my stuff, and
Okay,
hoof
well,
it.
deconstruct the truck.
Yeah, but unfortunately my body is also in the middle of the poison field next to the...
Why didn't you put all your stuff in the truck?
Well, my stuff is fine. Like, I picked up my stuff just fine, but...
Ah. Well, that's
Only
the body
you have-
daddy.
You're the only one who's managed to clone yourself via truck death. The forbidden science.
Okay. So yes, we pump this into here. And then we will immediately split it into 3 lines of 90 each. And then each of those lines will be... Okay, so this is not bad at all. This is exactly the right ratios.
Yeah, that worked great.
Production... Constructor... Constructors are real fat, though. I don't like that. And these are each 30, so that's actually perfect. And we set this to do iron plates. And this is just going to pump them out. Which I think everyone on my team will be happy with.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to take up a big footprint, though.
The whole world is our oyster.
Miko agreed.
She loves oysters.
Paleodictyoptera berries, or paleberries, can be added to the Object Scanner catalog after unlocking the new blueprint in Hub Tier 1.
Yeah, these are
did
a
it.
lot fatter. I'm actually not a fan of how fat these things are. Because we're going to run into that ramp. It's probably fine. Probably. We're going to do the exact same thing over here, except I need to put it like there and have more things.
Power is still holding stable at 600 megawatts, I see. That's good.
Oops. This direction we can actually move in. And of course on the other side we are going to have to merge everything. So let's get out our chainsaw. Satisfying.
The downside of enabling the tractor autopilot is now I do not have a tractor.
Yes.
But on the plus side, there's now steel at the base.
Ooh.
That
Just have
is
to
good.
disconnect the temporary coal storage that needed to unload a lot of coal.
Can also just
Yeah.
shift everything over.
We are also making quite a bit of actual reinforced plates.
Yeah, I've been enjoying them.
How do you make that inhaler?
It's basically like every healing item.
Oh god.
There's a lot of healing items though.
Oh, even mycelia.
Yep.
Is it a single use? I have no
That
idea.
reminds me, I was doing something with mycelia.
Farming it. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this is the one where we are.
I guess I could craft it if I had pale berries. Oh, I'm baking agaric.
Yeah, that's all over the place. If you know where to look.
So now we know how wide we need to be. The answer is very. It's a very, very wide factory.
Because of all the constructors. Whatever they're called. Combine the natives.
There we go.
Watch.
We can now
Okay.
pet.
Oh, shoot. I just realized the big problem here. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna I want to center this on this one. And this will tell us roughly where. Boom. I don't know why it's kind of floating, but whatever. And I think that means we're going to be pushed in this direction, but... Okay. So let's just say there. Okay.
Alright, so now we need to make steel pipes and steel beams. Now that I think about it, this was a terrible place to bring the steel. There's not very much space over here.
Launch.
Milestone reached. R&D inflated.
I actually wanted to make one of those and never did.
Xenozapper with increased strength and range.
Make a splitter here.
I like that it's 2 Xenozappers.
It's a Xeno baton. And 5 2 to reduce and 20.
Okay. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Just that easy.
Oh man, this thing looks good. Holy moly, that's a satisfying slap.
Ow.
I bet that hurt a ton. That feels dangerous. That's got a keychain on it.
Perfect.
Minutes.
You also need 200 wire. Jeez.
The speedrunning community is gonna hate this.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the pod return bit.
No. Okay, and that means this is our entry.
It is Space Elevator Phase 2.
Oh my god, when you pull this thing out, it's so good. Where you at? Come here, Kevin. Has some pretty good range on it too.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh, it doesn't pull out. It do the pull out animation next time.
Yep, only got. I'm guessing this is an armor slot. Is the other slot that we've never used?
I think it's where the jetpack goes currently.
Yeah, it is. Also, gas mask.
Oh. So you're
Yes.
saying I don't have to needlessly suffer through the poison fields forever?
No.
Okay, so Phase 2 is 150 motors and 500 modular frames, which is not too crazy, all things said and done. That's not too crazy.
That's some industry you got going over here.
I know, right?
Like, this is starting to look like Factorio a little bit.
Yeah.
It's really coming together. Not Angel Bobs, though.
Which we have to get back to at some point.
It's true.
I'll save that for later. Okay.
Where
You
I
like,
lived.
I was right behind you with the beam. But you jumped a little too soon.
You're gonna try and knock me off course at the end or something. What was I doing with the...
Now, back to my mission. I'm thinking that'll probably about do me
Yeah.
for
Use
today.
parachutes.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm good for today. I think we made a lot of good progress.
Yeah, we did. We got
We
steel
did.
up, we got stable power up, we got the start of a standardized way of doing all the things.
Yes.
That's all very good.
Yeah. Like we're on our way to an actual system that works consistently.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm super happy about that.
As opposed to Welcome to Crazy Town.
Yeah. I mean, yes, you can see where we started because of those conveyor belts over there. Oh my gosh, they're beautiful.
Alright, I'm saving it.
Okay.
What's the plan after this, Kevin?
The plan after this is that we will be playing Feed the Beast Interact, which I mentioned as Ivan. In case you wanted to, we will be playing Feed the Beast Interaction in the immediate future.
I see. Well, I'm going to be eating.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and...
It's
yeah, I'll
gonna
be
a
eating.
It'll be a permanent uptime server. So hop in whenever, play whenever. Rusty's gonna advance the progression way past anywhere we've ever been. So that'll be fine. It'll be great.
When are we going to finish our Spirit Island?
Oh yeah, we do. I kind of would like to finish that tonight. Hopefully, yeah, this evening I would nominate for when we finish it. And maybe start a game of Gloomhaven. I'm not sure how long it takes to play like one session of that.
That's a good question. I don't know the answer. And there's going to be, time to actually figure out what we're doing.
Yes. Because like I know that Gloomhaven is like a multi-session game,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's you. I think you can do any session you want individually, but it's designed to be a campaign kind of thing where you're doing stuff that advances a plot as you go.
Yeah, I really wanted to play that one, and it keeps winning just outrageous amounts of awards. So it's like I would love to play that.
It looks real good.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Alright, I'm gonna be off for a little bit, and then I'm gonna be defeat the beast in